everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm BJ, this is Brickhouse Builds, and in this video we're taking this 65 Honda 50 and we're getting it up and running for the first time since 1975, so stick around. Alright, now on this little 50 here, what I want to do first is just kind of pull off some of the covers, inspect under the skin, look for any obvious things wrong. I did have a look in the tank, and that thing looks like it's in fantastic shape. Fantastic shape. It actually smells like it's new gas. I haven't got with the customer to see if they tried to put any in it, but that'd be amazing if it was old gas. But, I mean, this thing rolls very free. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any issue there. I do want to go ahead and just pull the carb. It'll take 15 seconds to go through it. And we'll just change the oil. I'll probably file the points down, just check, make sure it has spark. And I do want to inspect the valve train. I'll go ahead and just like kind of pre-oil everything. But yeah, once we go through the basic systems, this thing I'm hoping should just fire. But I'm gonna just keep working on pulling some covers off and gaining access to everything. Because we're here, a little bit of sandpaper to the file, or the points. Now I would like to confirm that the advance mechanism is working, so what I'll do real quick is just confirm the timing for where it's at right now. Two little witness marks. And pull the whole plate off. I have no reason to believe it shouldn't be working just fine, but we're here. And the right thing to do is to check it. A little sticky. Oil on the contact points here. Pivots. Last time I used these in a video, I got questions on where I got them. I got them from just Hobby Lobby, just needlepoint applicators. For like modeling, paint, and stuff like that. I use them for a variety of different things. These are great for like brake fluid too and stuff, like feeding things through lines. I don't know, just there's a lot of little uses for them. Check them out. Alright, we'll reassemble and move on to the next portion of the bike. Alright, now that we've cleaned the points, I'd like to check for spark, but before we do that, I need to confirm what works and what doesn't work on the electrical system. So obviously this thing's missing a battery, so let's hook it up to my stolen battery, my jump box battery. Okay, the starter is disconnected, but I'm going to go ahead and flick the key, see what happens. Lights. God dang. That one was loud. I don't want to try the starter, but everything seems to work. So what I want to do now is go ahead and pull these tappet covers on the head. I'll pre-oil everything on the top end, that way I can just kind of use my hand on the Kickstarter, confirm that this thing either has or does not have spark. That'll bump the camera. Obviously we will be doing an oil change, but I just want to confirm that nothing is missing, out of place. And that allows us to go ahead and pre-lube everything. There's an oil injection line right here to the top end, and I'd like to make sure that we have oil coming out of that whenever the time is ready. Plug looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to this side. I'll move the camera accordingly, but this will allow me to check for spark and pull it over. All right, we got the battery hooked back up. Plug should have a ground right there. Let's go ahead and key on. Roll it over. Oh man, we got great spark. Great spark. You can't kill old Hondas, man. Well, except for that CB750 I bought, it might be dead. I'm actually pretty excited to take this thing apart just to kind of check it out, you know. This little baby keying. One thing I want to be careful of is not ruining any gaskets. Like if I don't have to pull something apart, I need to try to avoid that, because this gasket right there would probably be, kind of hard to find, or at least hard to find quickly. I'd like to try to not have to replace anything and get this thing going possibly today. There we go. That's pretty hard. I'll try to replace this O-ring. I should have something on hand I can use. But this one on the bottom, that takes a gasket I'd like to not disturb that if possible. So let's go to the bench, get this thing apart. Actually has an adjustable needle in it for all the performance. I'll clean that up momentarily. A little corrosion. Nothing bad at all though. I know the fuel valve here feels really good. It doesn't feel like it's too tight or too loose. So I'm probably going to try to keep that where it's at. And that gasket I'd like to try to save, so that really leaves me with is undoing these two gaskets, or these two screws. That might be an O-ring fit there. So undo these two and go from there. Hopefully these aren't too tight. All right. Bit of an oddball seal there. I don't know if I'd want to call that an O-ring. It's kind of a square ring right now. Still malleable, but I'm not sure how well it would seal. But right here we definitely got some crud built up. I like to do it right. I'm gonna have to risk it for the biscuit. Get this top off. I can see my jet in there, but I don't want to go there yet. Oh boy, we got lucky. We got lucky. So this is pretty cool. I don't know if you ever heard the expression like tickling the carb, you know. You press this down right here, and basically what that's going to be doing is pushing down your valve in here and allowing a little bit of fuel flow into the carb if it's been sitting for a little while. Gasket came off in one piece. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Nothing we can't fix. I love old bikes, man. This is fun. I like this stuff. Now this is our idle screw right here, your throttle stop screw. So that's going to kind of set our preliminary height of the slide. So I'm not going to touch that right now. The mixture screw though, I will adjust. So I'm going to go ahead and count the turns in that it is. We'll mimic that when it goes back together. All right, half, 1, 1.5, just past 1.5. So just past 1.5, then we'll take the mixture screw back out. And this being on the intake side, where the air filter is, versus where the fuel comes in, this is going to be an air mixture screw, so there's not going to be like a rubber O-ring or anything like that. And if it's on the fuel side or the engine side of the carb, it's a fuel mixture screw. So just a little tip there, if you ever wonder why they're different. Like I said, we're not going to touch that one. These O-rings are really dry, so we're going to have to do it. Another little jet here, that's cool. Now, when I do brass, I do this in muriatic acid, and muriatic acid doesn't hurt rubber, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep this on here, again, for just preservation where possible. But that'll allow me to clean the, get the orifices clean here. I'll probably take it to the air compressor first, and go from there. So let's just start collecting all of our brass in one spot. The needle itself actually looks to be brass, but I do not want to risk it on this one, so I'll just clean this up like in the drill. This is either 7 or an 8mm. 7. Alright. Piece will get cleaned up in the brass. Got our little jet right there. Very cool. All right. If you guys can see in here. Gunky. So far though, really not that bad considering. A little ultrasonic action, should be good to go. Alright, so we're making progress in this thing. This is the second session in the ultrasonic that I've done with the carburetor parts. Let these cool off a little bit. Some of the smaller bits I just went ahead and put in another little container here. Alright, put the tank back on, connected the lines, and put some fuel in it. It's on reserve right now. I don't see any leaks. So might as well try to kick her over a little bit. Lived just a second. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tappet cover off and make sure we're getting oil up to the top real quick. Fire it back up. See what it looks like. I can see through the oil, which is good. Looks brown. Brown and golden. Better than the stuff that comes out of my van. Very good. going. So Clutch was saying makes videos pretty easy. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this one. Feels really good to bring this thing back from the dead. Like I said, it's been sitting since like 1975, just kind of chilling in a warehouse. So didn't fight me too much, just went through the basics, and it lives again. I use the hashtag old Hondas never die quite often, and this one holds true. So anyway, hopefully the video had some good tips in it, maybe some good tricks or things to look out for, or just helping demystify the process of like kind of going through an old project like this, seeing what it needs and bringing it back to life. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. If you haven't already, check out some more stuff I have on the channel. Check me out on social media, it's just Brickhouse Builds, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.